It's time for your morning tea. It's time for your morning tea. Your tea today is maintain that same energy. The scripture that we're going to come from, we're only going to use the A clause of this scripture. Psalms 27, verse 17, it says, iron sharpened iron. So, there was a point in time where you were not always on that winning team, right? You had to take a couple of L's. While your opponent was playing enthusiastically, they were on fire. They brought their A game. So it was kind of easy for them to play because like you were not as skilled, you were not as sharp as you could be. So playing against them sharpens you. How? Because you knew that you wanted to win. You studied their game. You studied them. Like they weren't like bad people. It was time for you to step your game up, right? So now, say you get back on the same court with them. Your game is sharp. You're bringing your A game. You're playing on fire, and now they're defeated. Why are they playing defeated, though? Play me that with that same energy that you had before. When you were winning, when you were on that winning team, play me with that energy. You know why? Because that energy helped me become who I am today. That energy caused me and influenced me to look at where I was weak at, the areas I was weak at, the areas that I needed to grow strong at, the areas I was dull in, and the areas I needed to become more sharpened in. So keep playing me with that same energy. Listen, your enemies are going to start looking crazy in the face, looking ashy and dull. Tell them, nah, don't do that now. Maintain that same energy. Help me grow to be even more than who I am, even stronger than who I am. Help me to basically become that idol. I don't want to become anyone's idol, but what I mean by that is help me become that person someone else looks up to. Like, okay, so we're going to look at Serena Williams right quick, right? So all of these teenage girls that's coming up now, they studied her. Why? Because Venus and Serena were the best in the game. So they started studying their techniques. The teenagers started studying their techniques, like what made them so great? What time did they have to put in? What skills did they have to hone? Guess what? So they took the techniques that they were able to study from Venus and Serena and used those. And guess what? What else? They were able to take the gifts that God had imparted within them and incorporate it with those gifts or those skills that Serena and Venus have, right? So get this, they will never be Venus and Serena. However, they can be themselves with skills that they have learned from Venus and Serena. So I was watching tennis over the weekend, right? Or I want to say this morning really quickly. And what I noticed is that some of the opponents, when they were winning the sets, oh my God, the groans and the uhs and the, I don't know, the sounds that they made, they were really excited. They were really tough. But then when they started getting beat and they started feeling defeated, then it was like their whole demeanor became like Eeyore. Like everything became droopy. Their head was bowed, their shoulders was leaned over, their back was bent. But what happened to that posture that you possessed before? Play me like that. I want to play that person. That person who beat me last time, let me be that. Let me fight that person, or let me play against that person. You know why? Because sometimes we're going to end up on the same side of the courts. And we're going to have to become partners. And just as good as you are, I want to be. I'm not becoming better because I want to just basically beat you. I want to become better and I want to become sharp because I can be a reflection of you. I want to become sharp because I can basically represent God, because this is where my skill is. So this is the team that I'm on. I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. So this is what I have to do. I write. So then I have to study people like, I want to say James Patterson. Who else did I like? Oh my God. Sidney Sheldon. Sandra Brown. I studied people like those. And I didn't actually study them. I just literally read their books. And now I write like James Patterson. Not that I tried to. I won't say I won't ever be as good as him, but the genre of books that he writes, he doesn't even have to worry about me because I'm not even going to be in that field. I'm not even in that area. Don't worry about it. Get this. Again, tell your opponents to maintain that same energy. You know, in layman terms, we say keep that same energy. Like that energy that you had before, don't decrease it. Come from me just as much as you were coming from me before. Play me just as hard as you were playing me before. So when we get on to become on the same team, or we have to play on the same team, our skills, our energy, and our desire will reflect one another, and we can beat the opponents who are playing against us. Maintain that same energy, because you never know when you're going to have to play on the same team as me. Ciao.